Привет, друзья! Как дела? My name is Fedor and welcome back to our 50 words per week. Today we're going to continue with nouns. We have a lot of them to cover, and today we will talk about some arts things or things related to arts, and then some other things to just fill up the 50 words. We don't have 50 words exactly of A2, maybe like 40-ish. But let's get right into this, and as always, this set is available to you with the first link in the description for you to add it to your vocabulary, and the second link, if you are not a member of Be Fluent just yet, you should be, and you can join us with the 7-day free trial with the second link in the description. Let's get into this. The first word is muzей. Muzей is a museum. Muzей. Again, one of those words that sounds very similar to English, but it's a bit different. So make sure that you pronounce it with the Russian pronunciation. Muzей. Представление is a performance. Представление is really bringing up to you something that's placed before you, which is performance. Крест is a cross. Крест. Крест can be like a religious cross. It can just be a form, like a geometrical form, крест. Памятник is a monument. Памятник comes from a word память, memory. So it's a memory object. Памятник. Сказка is a fairy tale. Сказка. Концерт is a concert. Концерт. The main difference between English and Russian is this ц. Концерт. In English we say concert, like a s, but in Russian it's ts. Концерт. Зритель is a spectator. Зритель, or a watcher, or person who is watching. Зритель. Лекция is a lecture. Лекция. Мода is fashion. Мода. Выставка is an exhibition. Выставка. Выставка comes from a verb выставить, to place in front of somebody or to show. Кремль is Kremlin. Кремль. Notice that in Russian it's just one syllable. Кремль. In English it's two, Kremlin, but in Russian it's just one. Кремль. Kiosk is a kiosk. Kiosk. Humor is humor. Humor. Again, very similar to English, but we don't have this h in the beginning. Then we have цирк. Цирк is a circus. Цирк is actually circus in the actual meaning, but also in the figurative meaning too. That something is a circus, like it's funny or it's not serious. Цирк. Школьник is a school boy. Школьник. Школьник, of course, we can refer to the whole body of school students as школьники, for those who study in a school. Of course, we have also школьница for a feminine form of that too. But in Russian, whenever we don't want to specify the gender of somebody, typically it takes a default masculine form. So школьник is a description of either a guy, school boy, or any school boy or girl without specifying. Okay? Школьник. Биография, of course, is a biography. Биография. Загадка is a riddle or a question, I guess more like a riddle that you have to solve. Загадка. Интонация is, of course, intonation. Интонация. Notice that in Russian there's a lot of as. Интонация versus intonation. In English we don't have a lot of this a sound, but in Russian we do. Интонация. Аудитория is audience. Аудитория. Обучение is learning. Обучение can be either training, like a skill, maybe it's martial arts training, that also is обучение. Or just обучение in a school as well, can be like just learning or studying. Чемпионат is a championship. Чемпионат. Next is шахматы. Шахматы is chess. And what's interesting is that in this word шахматы, шах means check, mat means mate. So it's checkmates. That's шахматы, that's chess in Russian. Плавание is swimming. Плавание. Плавание can be either swimming as a sport, плавание, but also just an activity for leisure. Swimming. Плавание. Футболист is a football player. Футболист. Monologue is a monologue. Very, very similar to the English pronunciation too, monologue. Decan is dean, decan. We also have decanat, which is dean's office or dean's. Decanat is really dean's. It's not necessarily like an office, like a physical location, even though there is one. But also decanat can be the governing body of the university, kind of. Okay, so decan, decanat. Gymnastica is gymnastics. Gymnastica. Souvenir is a souvenir. Souvenir. Рождество is Christmas. Рождество. What's interesting is that in English, Christmas has Christ in it, but Рождество means birth. So it's birth. Of course, Christmas is birth of Christ, right? But in Russian, we took one word while the English took the other word to base the holiday on. Pianino is a piano. Pianina. Notice that we have an extra no. Pianina. Piano only has 2 syllables, but in Russian it's pianina. In fact, 3 versus 4. Yeah, extra syllable. Discoteca is a discotheque, okay? Disco party or clubbing. Discoteca is really like an old thing. We don't have discotecas as much. It's like 90s, 80s parties, pretty much, okay, with music. Kinofilm is a movie. Now, kinofilm is a longer word for it. We can use just kino for a movie. We can use just film for a movie, or both together, kinofilm. It's just like calling a movie cinema film. Kino means cinema, film means film. You can say cinema film, but that's like an old way of saying that. We say either film or movie in English, and in Russian we say either kino or film in the conversational language. Pascha is Easter. Pascha. Достопримечательность, this long word. Достопримечательность means attraction. Attraction, not like a physical attraction, but sightseeing, attraction of the city. Достопримечательность is attraction of the city, of the country. Достопримечательность. Then we have lexica. Lexica means vocabulary. Lexica is not necessarily a word for vocabulary when it comes to language learning. I like to use the word словарь for that, or словарный запас, like a word bank. But lexica is more so for natives. What kind of lexicon or what kind of words do you choose to use in your everyday life? Vocabulary, when it comes to language learning, is a bit different. It's just the words that you know. But lexica is something that you use. It's not the words that you know. You can know many more words than you use, but it's the words that you choose to use in your conversations. Lexica. Приставка is a prefix. Приставка. Грамматика is grammar. Грамматика. Мультфильм is a cartoon. Мультфильм. And similar, comics is a comic. Comics. День Победы is Victory Day. It's a big day in Russia. May 9th is the Victory Day of the Second World War. День Победы. Причастие is a participle. Причастие. Причастие is a part of language. Okay, participle. Antonym is an antonym. Antonym is the opposite, like black and white, hot and cold. That's antonym. Прилагательное is an adjective. Прилагательное. And what's interesting about this is that it comes from a verb прилагаться, okay, to come with. And an adjective, think about it, it's an add something. So it's something that describes a noun, прилагательное. Числительное is a numeral, числительное. Множественное число is plural. Множественное число means multiple number. When something has multiple things, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Множественное число, plural form. Стихи means poetry or verses, but mostly just poems. Стих by itself means a poem. Стихи means poems. Строка is a string. Строка, string of text. Строка means a line of text, string of text. Yeah, строка. And finally, we don't have a word that's, we needed to add this one, shopping. Doesn't have to do anything with the language anymore. Shopping means, of course, shopping. That is all. This list is, of course, available to you with, like I said, with the first link in the description or with this button right here on Be Fluent. It's up to you. You can join us and learn vocabulary this way, or keep on watching our YouTube videos with this next one. It's up to you.